thinking the same thing. Can you hear me? Yeah. Good evening, Senators. My name is Ellen Zolo, and I'm here in support of Senate Bill 2136. I'm the birth mother of this beautiful, almost 3-year-old child whose other parent, my wife, is working tonight and couldn't be here. I'm assuming that some of you all are parents. Okay, so I'm guessing that because of that, you probably are familiar with the what-ifs that come along with parenting. There's so many. What if my child gets sick? What if I can't give them what they need? What if I can't protect them from every single thing that could possibly happen to them? And for us as a queer family, we had to bear some extra what-ifs that many families don't have to deal with, honestly. And for me, this was the worst case scenario. What if something happened to me as the birth parent? What if I was incapacitated during the birth? My birth actually was 50 hours. That's a really long time. And I definitely, in those moments, had that fear. Because Jesse, my spouse, wouldn't have had the same parentage rights, wouldn't have been able to make decisions on behalf of the child. What if our child had been taken from us? And we felt truly unprotected and unsupported in a state that we choose to call home. And as I tell this story, I just want to also name that I am white and I am middle class and have a lot of privilege. And so this story, the way it went for us, also just imagine the compounding difficulties that a family of color, family who of a poor working class would have dealt with. So we found a lawyer for $2,500 who would help us navigate the process of my wife legally adopting our child during the months leading up to adoption day. Luckily, our lawyer convinced the judge to waive the advertisement that you've heard about. If not, we would have had to go through the whole thing where basically our child would have been advertised in the paper like some kind of lost puppy. I had one appearance in court before adoption day. It was called an abandonment hearing. And I left Jesse and Salo at home. I went by myself because I didn't want to hear my toddler at the time have to hear me stand up in court and say that his FATHER had abandoned him. And then there was the home study, there was a medical exam, fingerprints, survey, interview, review, release of financial information, 3 letters of reference, and then incredibly painful, invasive, and homophobic, classist, and racist. Also questions, what kind of neighborhood did you grow up in? We're very interested in this button. What did you know your neighbors? How did your parents talk to you about sex? How are you disciplined as a child? And this process, frankly, was really humiliating. And by the time adoption day came, Jesse had been staying home full-time with Salo for about 8 months. I was back at work. And it seemed so incredibly strange that Jesse's status as a parent was even in question. And the day of our adoption, our lawyer said, "Oh, do you want to take a picture with the judge?" You know, this judge was very accustomed to having families be so excited about their adoption day coming. And we declined politely and said, no thanks. And we headed home. We were exhausted, we were relieved, and quite honestly, really quite resentful about the fact that we had to go through all of this to get the exact same protections that other people have without the painful, deeply invasive, stressful process that we went through. Last month, Jesse's brother had a child. He couldn't be here tonight. He did submit testimony. And just seeing the process that they went through, no one questioned his parentage, right? He signed the birth certificate, and that was it. So in your hands is the power to support the state of Rhode Island in doing right by LGBTQ families. And to Salo, there's never ever been a doubt as to who his parents are. And now it's time for Rhode Island to have the same certainty and to give us the protection that we deserve. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for your testimony. Any questions or comments for this witness? Thank you.